Hey y'all, get ready for Conversations with Deborah Franklin. Sit back, relax, grab you something to drink because we're getting ready to dive right in with conversations for the grown and sexy. Well, hey, everybody. How are you? How are you? Welcome to Thursday night, y'all. It's live, and I know you saying, what is going on? Because Deborah is in all black. You have never seen me like this before, but y'all, this is a time that we got to start doing things differently. And welcome to the show. Y'all, I have been seeing so many things that are coming on lately that that's really bothering me, that is really getting under my skin. And I know, like everybody else, you've seen the videos, you've seen the articles, you've seen people going live. But guys, this is our time. And when I saw the president, the president holding up a Bible as a prop, I was like, are you kidding me? And then when I saw it, I said, I know I've seen this somewhere because I do study history every now and then. And so when I looked and I said, when somebody posted it, I was like, yes, that's where it was. When I saw them comparing him to Hitler in that picture, I was done. I was over it. And then it was like, I cannot believe that he used the Bible as a prop. Honestly, y'all, when I saw that Bible as a prop, I thought the thing was going to spontaneously combust. And so tonight, I could not go any further. Being the person that I am, doing the things that I do, and not stand up and speak out about what's going on. It's really sad that I put a list of names to the side, and at the very bottom, I said, and so many more. Who does that? And why do they do that? Why would I even have to say that? No, number one, why should I say it? And then I started with the one that's most noted, that really should have popped this mess in a hole a long time ago when the people came out about Emmett Till. Then last night I was watching. Something woke me up and I ended up watching Hurricane. And if you know, familiar with that story, he's the boxer that ended up going to prison because of fake evidence, and they piled all this in. He was in prison for like almost 30 years. Who does that? All because of the color of my skin? You are intimidated about me because of the color of my skin? Why do I have to fight harder than anybody else? Why do I have to shop in a different store? Why is it when I get sick in my community, I got to wait for another community to get sick, is for us to even get a vaccine? What in the world is going on? But I am so glad and I am so thankful for having the coronavirus, because this is the one time we had a video that everybody had to see. Nobody was busy. Everybody was at home and everybody had to see it. So one of the positive things outside, and I'm so sorry, and my heart goes out to the George Floyd family. My heart goes out to them, because you not only had to bury your brother, but you got to bury your brother on a main stage. People are watching you grieve, and the thing is, we're grieving with you, y'all. This whole situation has me on fire. And if you notice, I'm saying your vote matters. You have got to vote. If you never voted any other time, you have got to vote, because your vote matters. First of all, you better register. You need to register. If you have not registered, you got to go online. And I promise you, this is 1 year. Conversations and Church Girl CEO will heavily be working with registering to vote. Now, the conversation that I had today with my brother who lives in Houston, and y'all know I'm originally from Houston, and shout out to Houston, because they had a beast of a protest. Can't nobody do nothing like Houston. They killed it on their protest. I loved it. It was over 60,000 people that descended on the area, and there was nothing happened. So don't tell me you need to pull out the National Guard because my babies are out here protesting, standing up and fighting for their rights. Don't tell me that you need to pull out the National Guard because you felt intimidated and you had to go into a bunker. Who does that? You did nothing, and you know who I'm talking about. The president did nothing to try to unite us. So it is up to us, as always, to try to unite our families, our communities, and the world. Y'all, we are on a national stage. People are all protesting. So they had to do something. So again, that proves that your voice matters. You have got to do it. As MLK said, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. I got one more. Because how do you call out the National Guard with people that are protesting with no weapons, but yet still you let these white nationalists stand on the praise these white people with guns standing on the porches of the governor's mansion in Detroit, in Michigan? How do you do that, and how do we accept that? So I'm getting ready to get to the point, and anybody that knows me knows I cannot stand guns, but I'm feeling like Harriet Tubman. I got my Bible in one arm and my gun in the other because I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this, and I'm sick and tired of all these quote unquote folk just up here for the photo op. Y'all, the photo ops are over. It's time for us to stand up, be counted, and do what we got to do. Learn what the legislation says and start to do it. Just like Malcolm X, by any means necessary. And so back to the conversation that I had with my brother, he was like, so we're marching, so we're doing all of this. What do we do after this? Yes, y'all, we have got to get a plan. How are we going to mobilize our families? How are we going to mobilize our friends? How are we going to do this? And it starts with having the conversation. Yes, everybody's not going to be out there marching. No, everybody's not going to be doing certain things, but I have a platform. The people, my guests tonight, have a platform. The people that I interview have platforms. It's time for us to use our platforms. And it doesn't matter what size it is. It's time for us to use our platforms to get the word out and start doing what we know that we can do. Now, Reverend Al said something. It's time for them to get off our neck. Get off of our neck. Let us stand up and rise and do what we have been called to do, because we all have a plan and a purpose. And I say this all the time, but guys, we got to add something to our plan and our purpose. We have got to add that we are available, that we can do what we know that we can do. We have to start working together. We have to start doing things like never before and being able to stand together, work together, to be able to get on a united front, because God did not call us to this world to just turn the other cheek. Because honey, once you turn that other cheek, you got to do something else. Yes, we need to have a prayer service. Yes, we need to start talking in tongues. Yes, we need to start calling on God and having church service and singing songs. But baby, when you get up off your knees, you got to start walking with a plan to start solving some of these problems. And that's what we have to do. We're not quarantined just to be quarantined. God has a bigger vision for this quarantine. And if that means that we have to start working together and doing what we have been called to do, that is what we have to do. Yeah, I said it, and I said all of that, and I mean it. We have got to start working together and doing what we are called to do. Y'all, this is Motivational Moment tonight. And Motivational Moment tonight is all about igniting the power within you to start making change. Not only change within yourself, but change within your community. Well, all right, guys, right after this quick break, it'll be real quick. My guests are in the audience, are in the studio, and I'm getting ready to let them in. Well, hello. Can y'all hear me?
Hello.
I see y'all. Jarvis, I see Rob. Y'all, thank y'all so much for jumping on with me tonight, because tonight was, y'all don't even know. It was not even, it was supposed to be playing this way. It was not, I was not even ready for this. This was not even the plan for tonight. I had planned to come on tonight, talk about, hey y'all, this is the last show for the season and I'm rocking out. And that's what we were supposed to do. This was not supposed to be what it is tonight. And so tonight, what I want us to talk about, I think we lost Jarvis. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna wait for him to come back. Let me see. What minute? Did he come back? Okay, because I can't see anything. Well, Jarvis, when you get in, just say something so we can hear you, bro. So tonight, guys, I have two people that I admire, and I feel and I know that they have voices in the community because they come from multiple walks of life. I have Roz Jones, who is a how can I say this? She's a caregiver, y'all, for old folk. That's what I call it. She's a caregiver for old folk. But of course, I'm gonna let her introduce herself, tell about herself, and then we're gonna dive right in and we're gonna talk about what's going on. All right, Roz, I'm throwing this over to you. Tell everybody who you are.
Thank you, Deborah, so much for the opportunity to be able to come before your people and to bring my people and all of our people together. This took a total shift, but like the Bible says that we have to be ready in season and out of season. But for those of you who are not familiar with me, I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. My name is Roz Jones. I am the CEO and owner of Jacksonville's Best Caregivers. As Deborah said, we provide 4 levels of specialized care to your loved one's sitter, homemaker companion, home health aide, and certified nursing assistant. When you can't do it all, give us a call. So we provide in-home care to your loved ones, private duty. We either can come in your home, the assisted living facility. We go to weddings. We go to birthday parties with your loved one, so that you and your loved one can enjoy, all the events of their life, so far as family reunions, birthdays, weddings, funerals, whatever the case may be. We are hired to do everything that you need. So that's where the tagline comes: when you can't do it all, give us a call.
Yeah, y'all know when I heard that the first time, y'all know I holler because y'all know I laugh at everything. So when she said, if you can't do it all, just give us a call. I said, she sound like a used car service, but that's it will work, honey. Make it work, make it work, make it work. So
yes.
I'm so excited about you being here with us tonight. Jarvis looks like he had some technical difficulties, so we're gonna wait for him to come back. As soon as he gets back, we're definitely gonna join him in on the conversation. But Roz, what did you think when you saw that dude hold up the Bible in front of the church? Okay, first of all, that's why I got on my shirt tonight. Y'all know normally I'm gonna be branded and I'm gonna have church girl CEO, but tonight I said holy with a hint of hood. Don't pray for me. Don't play with me.
I have that shirt. Yeah, I have that shirt.
Yeah. Y'all hear what y'all know. This is how I feel. This is how I feel. And y'all know I ain't got no good in me, but I can find it.
I should go change my shirt because I wish I'd have known. I'd have put it on.
Hey, bad. So, what did you think when you saw that?
You froze, Deborah. I'm sorry. I couldn't hear the question. Say it again.
When you saw that, can you hear me?
When I saw, say it again. I'm sorry.
When you saw him holding the Bible, what did you think? Woo-hoo.
You need to think about what you do before you do it. You need to think about what you do before you do it. For the past 2 months, we have been put on pause. And the reason why we've been put on pause is so that we can think before we move. And so obviously you didn't use that opportunity to continue that habit of being put on pause, because sometimes what you do not only impacts you, but it impacts 6 other people around you. And why would you even step up and do something like that? For what? How does that, I always say, when you do stuff, how does it improve the quality of someone else's life? If it doesn't improve the quality of someone else's life, sit your behind down somewhere.
But you know,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is a no Jesus.
He had the National Guard, had them come on and push the people back so he could walk across the street to do a photo op. That right there, I was like, sir, no, sir. It looks like Jarvis is back. Let me see if I can pull him in.
Quality of someone else's life.
Okay, well,
if it doesn't improve the quality of someone else's life, sit your behind down.
We see you.
Trying to get it right.
See, that's what happened when you had these folks come on from Mississippi.
Trying to get it right. Trying to get it right.
This is my dude right here. This is Jarvis Orr. He is actor, producer, and he has one of the hottest shows going on YouTube right now. It's called Down South. So Jarvis, tell the folks who you are and what you do.
Well, I'm a small actor trying to get big. Y'all go check us out on YouTube down south. What we got going on? A couple web series, couple acting, a couple little plays and all that and whatnot. Y'all just need to tune in and check us out. Tell me what you like. Subscribe it. Hit me up. Let me know what's going on.
Love it, love it, love it. So, Jarvis, tonight we are talking about what's going on crazy in our country. And so the question that I gave to Roz, I want to give to you, what did you think when you saw the president holding a Bible up on national TV in front of the church?
Holding the Bible. Oh, that's cool too. He should have been opening it. That's what he should have been doing. He speaks a lot of stuff, but he don't. Nah, he ain't. To me, he ain't right. He should have been opening the Bible up, trying to read and trying to let us know what the right way to go. But everything he say is always going left. It ain't never going right. He got a lot of negative things to say. He ain't there for. So that's why all lives matter to him. To us, it matter. But in our case, it's Black lives. So we got to show everybody what's going on. The riot going on, I feel bad for that in some cases or whatnot. But to get y'all to understand, to get y'all attention, sometimes it's what it takes. So my thing is, if he gonna hold a Bible, he need to be trying to open and trying to read and give us some kind of knowledge.
I love it. I love it. And one thing I can say, what I really appreciate is how many business owners have come out and said, we're not mad. It's like, we're mad that they came in and destroyed our stuff, but they're like, we understand. And how many people have been opening up their doors and giving them, helping them out and doing different things to help them. So that's one of the good things that have come in there. So, when you saw the video of Mr. Floyd with the knee on his neck, what went through your head when you saw that for the first time, guys?
Go ahead. I didn't know if Jarvis wanted to speak first.
Anger. You go ahead.
To be honest with you, I was piss past pistivity, fish grease hot. Just everything that my grandparents protested, my mother protested. They got put out of school because they marched. All of this was bringing back the stories that they told me that they fought for me to have the opportunity to be able to sit on Facebook, for me to have the opportunity to be a business owner. All of that. And you mean to tell me none of those officers around him could have pulled him off and said, man, that's enough? This man was already handcuffed. Why did you have to go any further? Over a check? A check.
No, it wasn't a check. It was supposed to be a counterfeit $20 bill.
Exactly.
That ended up not.
And my thing is here.
I'm sorry.
So why they detain him? You got him in handcuffs. It ain't nothing else he can do.
That's what I'm saying. So nobody else could have said, hey, man, that's enough. Pull him off. Nobody could see that. Nobody. I don't understand. I don't understand. And that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
So to me, the other three that were around him were just as guilty as him, even though they didn't have their knee on his neck. You allowed it. You didn't stop it. So you should be charged with murder, just like the person
who was right there,
his foot on the neck.
And all of them should get murder charging, not third-degree murder. No, first degree, where they should have got. All three of them, you ask me, because he was detained, he couldn't move. So why would you do that? Let him up, leave him alone. He's not going nowhere. It made me so mad. I didn't even finish watching the whole video because I was just that pissed.
Yeah,
it didn't make no sense.
Y'all know on the advertising, I put WTW. What the world? I really want to put WTF, but I was like, I'm saved. I can't be putting that out there like that. I got to throw it. That's how I felt. I ain't gonna even lie. That's how I felt because I have never seen blatancy like that. And then technically, you looked up to the camera and didn't even flinch. And then for this president to say, "Oh, he must have just had a moment," what? don't have no moment for 8 minutes. What the world?
And 46 seconds.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Y'all, at the funeral today.
No, you don't.
Because I went to the funeral because I logged in and watched on TV. They did a moment of silence for 9 minutes and 36 seconds. 8 minutes and 36 seconds. Y'all, that's a long time. That's a very long time. Have you ever just sat still and waited for 8 minutes and 30?
Sure is.
That's a long time. I was like, oh my God, that was that long? With somebody's knee on your neck? Some of y'all can't even be on your knees that long praying.
8 minutes and 40.
You better come on with it.
8 minutes and 46 seconds.
Come on, don't read the Bible that long for the week.
I can't even stand in line at work. Minutes.
Come on now.
I can't stand in line 5 minutes to clock out. I'll be ready to go. 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Man, come on now. Nah, it ain't right.
With our
anger, it burns me up inside.
Oh my God. With our anger and with our disgust, the three of us have three totally different platforms. What could we do with the three different platforms that we have? What do you think we could do to start helping to be a part of the change? What are some things you think we could do?
What we're doing right now?
What I said we can do, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. What? I'm sorry, Jarvis. What we're doing right now? We got to sit at the table, and then we got to remember in November, when November comes, we got to remember, and not only that, then we got to sit at the table, because now we got to have a strategy between now and November. What is going to be our strategy? It's all right to march. It's, and I understand frustration. I was frustrated. I mean, this week, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of sort of had a semi meltdown because I'm like, COVID, then this, then, and then besides the everyday things that are going on. And so I know I'm not the only one in this position that has felt like this. And so that's why I understand why some of the people are lashing out. You've been cooped up for 60 days. Then this comes up. You may not have a job. You didn't get your stimulus check. Okay, so now we got to sit down with everybody, whether it be the CEOs or someone who has lost their job. We got to sit at these tables. We got to get in to be able to say, this has got to stop. This has got to stop. Go ahead, Jarvis. I can go ahead. I can go on.
Enough is enough, man.
Jesus is on with me real soon, so somebody talk.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, enough is enough. If he's not gonna fight for our country as is, he's not gonna fight for us. So when November comes, we know which way to go, which we all know anyway. So don't try to give us another stimulus check now, because I ain't got the first one yet, so it really don't make me no different. So by him trying to lure us in, by giving these checks and all the other kind of grants and all this stuff there, we don't get that type of stuff no way. We be the last minute of everything. So we know what to do when it comes to November. Trying to get them out of there, so.
But the other piece of that is
also
with our local politicians. Because when I was looking at some of the things, okay, like I said, I'm from Houston. I looked and I was seeing some of the people that are representing us. They've been representing us since I was a child, and y'all know how old I am. And I'm like, it's time for some new blood in these seats. So if we don't get them this year, we definitely have to start working on who we want to represent us and represent us well. And I'm going to say this. It doesn't matter if they're black, brown, blue, with two polka dots. It needs to be somebody that has an agenda that works for us and is not afraid to work to implement the agenda.
And it's going to take more than just our people. Right. There's other people out there that want to help, whether they're Filipino, right, Jewish, whoever. Right. Now, okay, once the protest is over, once everything dies down in the next 7 days, will we forget? Will we continue? Now the thing is, we gotta keep the momentum all the way up to November. Mm-hmm. We got to. So forums like this, us sitting, getting people at the table, first starting in our local community, because if we start locally, then it'll go up. Every
Right.
month we should be coming back and saying on his anniversary, remember in November,
Mhm.
remember in November,
Right.
Every month for the next 5 months, we got to put on there, remember in
Right.
November. So, don't sit there and complain in November if you don't get up your assets and get up and vote. That's our most powerful
Right.
tool, and we don't use it. Go ahead, Jarvis. Let me shut up again.
You're right. You good. You good. You right. You speaking everything I was gonna say anyway. We got to get up and go handle business. We can't just say what we're gonna do when the time comes. My little vote ain't gonna count. It ain't gonna matter. Yes, it do matter. Every vote count. Every matter. Everybody matters. So we need to get up and go handle our business like we supposed to. And you wonder why the economy the way it is now. From everything. Let's go from judges, not just presidents and all that, mayors and all. We got to go handle our business. We can't just sit back and not do nothing. We got to work together, regardless of the fact.
And it's like we're gonna have to force these people to tell us what they're doing, because I know when I moved to the area that I'm in now, I didn't even research the judges. Well, most people know that I'm relocating again, and I promise you, when I get on the ground, baby, I'm researching everybody. I'm gonna know who do what, why, and why they doing it, because I plan on letting my voice be heard. And I think that's part of the problem, is that we don't go out and research who all these people are. And we got to stop letting money be the deciding factor. Stop voting for the person that you see the most commercials for. That's why you need to know their platforms. And
Right.
so, it's almost to the point,
Right.
how can we help that person that we know could represent us well, but don't have the funds to represent us? How do we do that? How do we start to change that narrative?
Check your background. Check your qualification. Same way they do you when you go to a job, when you apply for it. Go the extra mile. Do what you got to do. Same thing they'll do to you. Check him out. See is he qualified. See is this the guy I want to be the next president for the next 4 years. 8 years, who can I stand? I mean, man, see is he right? If not, no. Not just because we the same color and all this, no. Make sure you for us. For everybody.
And then I like the way you say check it out, because you have some millennials now, even before I let you be a friend on my Facebook page, they're asking for your resume. What's the difference? I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I
just like you accept friends on Facebook and Instagram. If they ain't got no pictures, if they ain't got nothing on their page, you trying to make sure that they
you ain't gonna send.
You trying to make sure. And so the same work that we put into putting friends on our Facebook page, our Twitter, and our Instagram, we need to do that for these elected officials. And stop letting Twitter be your only source of information. Stop letting Facebook be your only source of information. And I heard somebody say today, and I have to agree with it. Even mainstream news cannot be your only source of information. You have to go through the plethora of things. You're not going to be able to, because right now we're in a different world. When the news used to be the news, now it's like. So I guess my next question is, what commitment would you make on the cusp of this for us to move forward? And I'm gonna share I'm gonna share my commitment first, so that way you will know what I'm talking about. The commitment that I have decided that I'm gonna make for Conversations and for Church Girl CEO, we will be more visible in our community. My platform, normally I'm a variety show. I hardly ever deal with politics. Anybody know me know I don't really like to get into the whole political thing. I like to come on, talk about entertainment, what you got next. But this is one time I'm getting ready to start inviting political officials or people that know some things about what our community should be doing. And honestly, I'm not going for the big names. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not going for the big names. I'm going for the people that are really on the ground and doing the work because they can shed some light on some things that we would never think of. And that's gonna be one of the commitments that I'm gonna make for me, look, for me and my businesses. And so now I'm gonna turn this over to you guys.
I mean, the same thing that you're saying, we have to get on the ground. We can do some things virtually, but we got to do like the politicians. We got to get out here and kiss the baby. So we got to get out here to these meetings, whether they're virtual meetups, whether they're at their campaign headquarters, wherever it may be. We have got to start showing up. When we don't show up, that means you can't complain in November. If you don't vote, you can't complain on November the 6th after the vote is over. Once it gets sworn in January, don't say nothing. Because you sat on your blessed assurance. Now is the time to get active. Now is the time. I heard a young lady the other night, Day said, we need to get into the boardroom. Buy stock where you can have a vote and make these people start doing stuff. Get into the boardrooms. She said if 500 of us bought stock for Microsoft or Google or Facebook, they have to allow us in the boardroom for the meetings.
Right.
How would the atmosphere shift if you saw 500 of people that didn't look like you? I'm gonna take it even further, like she did. ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels is probably the biggest thing when next to Facebook and to Microsoft and to Apple. Some of these big people, what are they doing? They have all of these different workshops and different, but they have the same faces on there, but they don't look like us. But we spending money with them. I'm just, don't shoot messenger. I just want us to see that we are spending the dollars, but they're not giving us a platform at all.
Well, I'm getting ready to say something like Tyler Perry said. It might be time for us to create our own platform. And yeah, it might be a little raggedy, but we might need to start trying to figure out who is our next Google, who is our next Facebook. So who is our next ClickFunnels? And that's where we're going to have to start moving our businesses, because a lot of times we say support Black businesses and we don't even know who they are. We don't even know where they're located. And I know so many times, and then, okay, y'all, that's a whole nother show. Let me get back. John, what are you going to do? I can get on a whole nother soapbox with that.
I said, like you said, man, you're right about that. You're right. We just need to be visible to ourselves, man. You know what I'm saying? Start supporting Black business too. Cause you know what I'm saying? I mean, we can't hate on the next one. Oh, you got a business. Now I don't want to go shop with you. I'm gonna go shop here. See, that's the problem now. Everybody got to stick together, man. I mean, it's just life. I'm gonna shop with you. You shop with me. We shop with us. We got to keep it here. We got to keep it around among us. If not, we ain't gonna accomplish nothing in life. So I mean, that's my thing about the streets and where we at now. I'm in the MOV guys. We do stuff for the community all the time for the kids. So we got to start with kids first, not because the grown-ups. I mean, it's up to them that they got to have their ways and change their ways. But the kids, they don't know now. We start with them, they'll go better and seek friends and like that. So we can start with them from the racial stuff. We can stop all that.
Most definitely.
That's my thing about the situation.
Yeah, I totally agree. Because that are going on, because we are not going after who we need to go after. We support everything and everybody,
Right.
but we don't support ourselves. And that even goes to when, how can I say this? In our community, people don't realize it, but we do kind of do some classism in our community. You from here, I can't deal with you. You don't talk like I do. You don't have a degree like I do. But guess what, baby? When you get on that street, because Mr. Floyd had a degree. When we get on that street, don't nobody care that we got a degree. They care that we Black. They don't know nothing about us until we open our mouth or for lack of better term, pull out their black card.
Right, right,
You know, so at the end of the day,
right,
we
right.
have classism within our own race. What do you? I mean, how do y'all see that? Did I lose y'all?
Go ahead. No, I'm here. I'll let
Ross,
go ahead.
I couldn't hear the question. That's why I'm sitting here like.
I was saying, what do y'all think about the whole classism piece within our own race? How do we alleviate that? Because I know Jarvis and I had this conversation because of their show, because it's
Yeah.
set in Mississippi. They use Mississippi slang. They talk. I mean, it's great, like you in the South. And then my question to him was, will you ever change and go to mainstream communication? He said no. And I was like, makes sense to me, because there are people that talk like that. And you didn't have nothing wrong with it. But how are we going to get over the classism? You know how we do. They're not like us. We can't do this with them. Why you with them? They don't have the same pedigree as you. Boo, when you walk out that door, we got the same pedigree.
Exactly. But they can't judge you. See, they judge you and don't know what your background is. You know, so that's the thing about that. Like I just seen it on Facebook. These cops arrested this black guy, but he was an FBI agent. Didn't realize who he was, and when they seen this, took his wallet out and seen the bag, they want to let him loose. No, it's too late for that. You know, you profile me right then. You got me for no reason. Now you want to, we sorry, sir, and all that. No, it don't work like that. You know, so you judge me already before you get to know me. See, that's the problem with the society now.
And see, just like Jarvis said, some of these older folks, you're not gonna change them. You're not. They said they would until they die off. And I'm just being for real. You know, we got some of these older generations where where they had the segregation and all of this. They're still around, but they're dying off. But until they die off, we gotta start with these babies. We gotta start with the babies. And we got to try to raise them up. You know, we got to hit these millennials too, because those are the ones that's going to be taking care of people like us. Yeah. You know, you got to start somewhere, but you got to start in a place. First of all, you got to want to change. Number one, you got to want to change. If you don't like what's going on, you're going to want to change. Now, for those who don't want to change, no, we can't do nothing about it. But the invitation, like I said, the invitation is here, like they do in the church. The invitation is open. It's up to you. It's up to you. It really is. So you know, instead of talking about it, we got to walk. And also, too, when we're out here making these strategies, you have to accept people where they are. You have to accept people who they are. I don't care if you got a dog collar on your neck, or if you got an earring in your ear, if you twist funny, if you're a prostitute. Everybody got standards.
Okay, excuse me. Did you just say if you twist funny?
Come on. I'm
sorry. That thing tickled me. But you know, and that is so true, because you know, some places you have people that are openly saying that they are transgender. What do you want to do when you walk in that room and you like, you transgender? Well, that's a whole different situation, because our generation really didn't deal with that like this generation down. I'm not sure what generation Jarvis is, but he probably you know, on that up end with the millennials. But it's like we have so many things that we're gonna have to deal with, and race should not be one of them. Because at the end of the day, Jesus told us to love. We have got to learn to love each other regardless. I don't care what's going on, and like you were saying, Ross, I don't care if you said it. I don't care if you got tats from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. I still got to love you. Whether you're rich or poor, you still have got to be able to hold out that helping hand. So, you know, and I think that's really where we are. And if we ever get, not ever, when we get to that point, then we're going to see change. What do y'all think?
Right. You should see no color.
That point, when we get to that point, the key word is when. But we can get to it faster, just like Jarvis said, when we start accepting other people, when we start understanding that, okay, we're coming to the table for a common cause. We're coming to the table for a common cause.
Right.
Again, I don't care if you're a hoe. I don't care if you're LGBT, elemental P. I don't care what you are. We're coming for a common cause, trying to get something done. As long as you got the same vision,
Right.
I don't care. I don't care if you got it strapped down, strapped up, however, long as we coming for a common cause. That's it. That's it. That's the most important thing. It's the cause. It's the purpose. Like Jarvis said,
They both count
you
too.
split verbs. I don't care if you split it or spit it. You coming to help. You coming to
I
change.
am about to fall completely out. You know, we got some people that are watching. We weren't able to, for some reason, I'm not able to see their comments. But hey, Lorenzo. Hey, Zoe. Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, Iris Map. Hey, Marsha. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. I am loving this. Y'all, this conversation is going amazing. And it's like, y'all know how we do. Every time we get caught up in the conversation, y'all know we have to end it. And tonight is really busy, and you can tell it. And it's like, I never thought that we would be doing this show on the day of a memorial. And it's like, I want us to, I want us to just think about that and remember that 8 minutes. Because that 8 minutes and 46 seconds was a lot. And I'm to the point now, if it can't be done in 8 minutes and 46 seconds, we might not need to get done. Because we have got to learn how to work together and not let 8 minutes and 46 seconds be a real deciding factor of how we move forward. But guys, yo, it's the end of the show. So tell everybody how they can find you.
Yeah.
End of the show. So y'all believe it? We made it. We made it. Woo-hoo! Y'all, tonight was really deep. It was really great. To do this again. So y'all, this is the last show for the season. So y'all know I'm gonna definitely have y'all come back when the season opens back up. And but yeah, so tell everybody how people can find you, follow you, and connect with you.
You talk to me. You
Well,
talk
they
to
can find me on Facebook, and we going live now to see our name. So you can find me on Facebook at Jarvis, or pull me up, send me a request, and then you can follow me all through Instagram and all. I don't even know my name on Instagram.
He's not lying, y'all. He's not lying. He's not lying.
You a young man and can't remember.
Send me an email. I'll check it though.
Wait a minute, 2 or 3 months down the line when he check email, y'all don't send y'all no email. Not if you need something.
I get it. It might be a couple days later, but I get it.
That's okay.
I get it. Hit me up on Messenger. I catch it on Messenger.
Yep.
I'm quick on Messenger than I am email.
Well, Ms. Ross, how can the people find you if they need your services?
Well, I'm Roz Jones on Facebook. On YouTube, Jacksonville's Best Caregivers. Please subscribe and follow on YouTube. And then also to the business page is under Jacksonville's Best Caregivers. And LinkedIn is Rosalind Marshall Jones. So those are the ways you can get in contact with me. Of course, you know, I'm going to be using my business platform a little more to talk about so far as, you know, sources to handle how people are feeling about racism. And but the biggest thing I want people to remember, like Jarvis said, and we all been saying all night, we got to remember November. We got to get the strategy ready now to make sure that when November comes, that, you know, we have enough people, the same momentum that we did for Obama, for, you know, for both times he went in, we got to keep that same type of strategy. And we have to be able to say, hey, we want to make a difference. And like I said, we have to accept everybody in this strategy. We can't pick and choose because this is too important. Like I said, we have to accept everybody. I don't, like I said earlier, I don't care if you split a verb, if you spit a verb, if you LGBT or elemental P, if you special needs, disabled, whatever it is, if we all come to the table with the same agenda, you can imagine what type of changes we can make just by coming together. And that alone, if we walk in the boardrooms or, if we walk in a rented room, it don't make a difference. If we have that and we walk in, it'll shift the atmosphere. It'll change things. People will start paying attention, but they're not going to pay attention now because, they're just out there doing what they normally do. So we got to shift the mindset of those that are watching us. We have to shift this. They'll say, oh, wait a minute. They're getting together. We got to pay attention. Those are the type of things that we have to do. That's why our forums, our business pages, all of this is so important. These things are so important. Instead of attacking someone because of what they said, let's sit down together and say, hey, how can we come together instead of attacking one another because of something you said on your Facebook page? Let's sit down and start a movement. Let's sit down and start a plan, a strategy.
Well, we lost Jarvis, but he back.
Jarvis is,
That's what happened. You deal with folk in Mississippi.
But yeah, like I said, if all of us use our, if all of us use our Facebook forums, if all of us use our forums, as we use our forums and we sit down somewhere and come together.
Yep. If we use our platforms, if everybody starts to use, and you know what? That's how we're going to end tonight. Everybody needs to commit to using their platforms to reach somebody else. And it doesn't matter if you got 5 followers or 1,500 followers. It does not matter. We have got to start using our platforms for the better. But guys, it's been fun. It's been real. I love y'all to life. If y'all hold on 1 second, because we have been live on Facebook, Periscope, and on YouTube tonight. So yes, we are on it, and we will definitely be playing the replay because it's a lot of information going on tonight, and people need to hear what we had to say. All right, guys, love y'all to life.
That's right.